Hi everybody, welcome to Mark's Backyard Birds. We're in the kitchen today with a specially requested program from YouTube, and that is about cleaning hummingbird feeders. I've done programs on how to clean bird feeders, but in particular hummingbird feeders pose a little bit of a different problem, and a lot of people are concerned about using detergents and things, chemicals for them, worried about the hummingbirds because they are so small and therefore perceived to be so delicate. Well, if you've watched my hummingbird feeder videos, I always talk about changing your hummingbird feeders regularly, and that is at this time of year when the temperatures are the 80s and 90s, you really should change that sugar water about every other day, because the black mold will start to form in there pretty quickly, especially if your hummingbird feeder gets a lot of sun in it. And day temperatures are so high, and I always relate it to making a batch of Kool-Aid and not putting it in your refrigerator, but instead of sitting it out on your deck railing and let the sun shine on it, you would not want to drink it because the sugar would turn very quickly. So how do you clean hummingbird feeders? It's pretty simple, really. And you don't have to be super concerned. You just have to do a thorough job. And I've got got my Oriole feeder soaking in here, and I guess I should say not just hummingbird feeders, but Nectar feeders, and that is feeders that do have sugar water in them. And I've got them soaking in a Dawn dishwashing liquid tub. It's not a commercial for Dawn, but I truly do believe in it. Wildlife rehabbers use it to wash animals that, of course, have been getting oil on them and things, and it's safe. Now, when it comes to washing with soapy water, just remember you need to rinse really well. And hand cleaning is fine with rags and getting into crevices and things like that. And things like, we always talk about the aspect hummingbird feeders being top shelf dishwasher safe, and you can put those in and run them through your dishwasher. But remember, the most important part of cleaning a bird feeder, a hummingbird feeder or an Oriole feeder, nectar feeder, are the ports. The ports is where the hummingbirds make contact with the feeder when they stick their bill in there and they use their tongue to drink. And this area here is the little bit hardest part to clean, and that's where you get a lot of that black mold buildup. So it's important to use something like a mascara brush, an old clean mascara brush, or a new clean mascara brush, or with bird feeding port brushes, which is like these that we sell, and you make sure you clean out those ports really well with the soapy water. Get in there, each one of them, because that is where the most danger lies for the hummingbird whenever he's sticking his tongue in there. So those need to be really clean. Now remember, if you use the gravity type hummingbird feeders with the bottle above and the nectars down here in the bottom, definitely select for a hummingbird feeder that have a feeder that the base comes apart so you can clean it a lot easier. That's still going to leave you with that bottleneck, which is the most difficult part to clean, but there are hummingbird brushes that are made to bend in there, and because the place that's going to get the black mold is usually right in the neck and the lower part of it, which is the hardest part to reach and apply pressure. But a good hummingbird feeder brush can get in there, make that bend, and scrub. So the right tool for the right job, right? So if you do have the bottle type, just know that you gotta have the proper brushes to clean them. But if the problem is really bad, if you have not cleaned your feeders in a long time and there's a lot of black buildup in there and you're running around the soapy water, you can use a 10% bleach solution in there to rinse it with and to help with the scrubbing. Just let it air out, because chlorine evaporates very quickly, and so anytime you do a cleaning like this, it's good to do it at night, so overnight possibly it can air out, and after you've rinsed it really well, and in the morning refill it and put it back out. You'll have healthier hummingbirds, you'll have happier hummingbirds. And we're just getting ready for the babies to start showing up here in our area. It's time. I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't get calls this week that maybe some young birds are showing up at the hummingbird feeders. So get your hummingbird feeders clean, be ready for them, and have a good time. Until then, come by and let's talk birds.